Yo, I don't even know how to start this one, man. This story still messes with me sometimes, not cause I regret what happened, but because it showed me how fast things can go left when you're trying to protect the people you care about. It all started a few months ago. Back then, everything in my life felt like it was finally settling down. I had a small circle, just me, my cousin Malik, and my friend Jordan. We weren't perfect, but we stayed out of trouble, minded our business. Malik though, he was one of those people who always had something going on. He wasn't bad, just got mixed up with the wrong people sometimes. The kind of guy who can't say no when someone asks him for a favor. Anyway, one night he called me. It was like 11 p.m. I was half asleep, and he sounded off. He said, "Yo, you busy? I just need a quick ride." I didn't even ask where, I just said yeah. I grabbed my keys, threw on a hoodie, and went to pick him up. When he got in the car, he didn't even say what was going on at first. He just kept looking out the window, tapping his leg like he was nervous. I could feel the tension. After a few minutes, he finally said, "I just gotta grab something from someone real quick. Won't take long." I said, "Bro, what's going on?" And he just said, "Don't worry about it." That's when I knew it was bad. We pull up to this parking lot behind some strip of stores. It's dark, only one light flickering over the dumpster. There's this car parked way in the back, engine running. Malik tells me to wait in the car. He gets out, walks over to the other car, and I'm just sitting there watching, trying to figure out what's happening. They start talking. At first, it looks calm, but then the guy steps out of his car and gets right up in Malik's face. I can't hear what they're saying, but the body language says enough. Next thing I know, Malik shoves him, and the dude pulls something from his jacket. My stomach dropped. I jumped out of the car without even thinking. By the time I got over there, they were yelling back and forth. The guy's waving this small knife around, and Malik's trying to talk him down, but it's not working. I grabbed Malik's arm and said, "Let's go. It's not worth it." But before we could move, the guy lunged at him. It all happened so fast. Malik pushed him back, and they fell against the hood of the car. The knife clattered to the ground. I didn't even think, I just shoved the guy off and yelled, "Yo, chill out." He stumbled, looked at both of us, grabbed the knife, and ran to his car. Tires screeched, and he was gone. It was dead quiet. Malik was breathing heavy, shaking his head. I asked, "Bro, what was that about?" And he just said, "I owe him money. I was trying to fix it tonight." I swear, I wanted to lose it. We could have been seriously hurt or worse, because he didn't want to tell me what was really happening. We got back in the car, and the ride home was silent. Not a word. Just that heavy, awkward energy. The next day, I tried to act normal, but I couldn't stop thinking about what happened. Like, if that knife had hit him? If I hadn't gone? If he had gone alone? Sometimes, you don't even realize how close you come to something life-changing until it's over. A few days later, Malik showed up at my place with this small box. He said, I paid him back. It's over. I didn't ask how. I just nodded. But that wasn't the end of it. 2 weeks later, I was coming home from work, and I noticed the same car parked a few houses down. I recognized it instantly, the one from that night. I didn't even think much of it until I saw the same guy standing across the street, smoking. He saw me, too. Just stared. Didn't say a word. I went inside, locked the door, and told Malik. He tried to play it off like it was nothing, but I could tell he was nervous. The next couple of days were weird. Random cars slowing down by the block, people asking questions. It felt like we were being watched. One night, it all came to a head. Around midnight, someone knocked on my door, not a regular knock, but that heavy, slow kind that makes your stomach twist. I looked through the peephole, nobody there. A minute later, I heard a tap on the back window. That's when I realized this wasn't random. I called Malik, told him to come through. When he showed up, he had that same tense look as before. He said, if it's who I think it is, they're not gonna stop until they feel even. Even. That word stuck with me. We ended up calling the cops that night, but by the time they came, nobody was around. No cars, no people. Just silence. After that, I told Malik I was done. I told him I couldn't be part of his mess anymore, that I had too much to lose. He got mad at first, said I was abandoning him. But later, he called and said, "You're right. I dragged you into something that wasn't yours." We haven't really been the same since then. We talk, but there's a distance now. And honestly, I get it. That night all of it changed both of us. What I learned though? Sometimes loyalty can blind you. You can love someone and still have to walk away from their chaos. Because when you're always the one cleaning up the mess, one day you're gonna be the one paying for it. It's been a while now. Malik's working again, trying to straighten out. I don't see that car anymore, but every time I walk to my car at night, I still look over my shoulder, just in case. It's crazy, right? How one night, one decision, can make you realize how fragile peace really is. People always think drama just shows up out of nowhere, but really, it's built one small choice at a time. So yeah. That's the story of the night everything went too far. I'm just glad we both made it out, cause it easily could have gone the other way. If you're hearing this right now, just remember, not every favor is worth saying yes to. Sometimes protecting someone means stepping back before you both get burned. Me and my friend went on a cycling night ride, which turned out to be much more than just a chill night ride. We started the ride at around 9:15 p.m., chilling, recording videos. We reached our destination at around 11 p.m., we took pictures, refueled and rehydrated. It was by this time that I realized my phone was dead. We then decided to have a sleepover at our friend's house. We arrived exactly 1 a.m. The three of us chatted for a little and then I decided to grab my charger back home since it was only 5 minutes away. I live in a pad, a shared room with multiple people that have beds. I live there for school since it only requires a minute of walking. The pad also requires you to walk in a tight alley, a little from the main street and isn't accessible even with my bike. I arrived at the alley towards my pad and a familiar figure across the street called pissed, essentially calling me. I ignored him and immediately went in since I promised my friends to be back by 15 minutes. I walked, parked my bike right outside the door and grabbed my charger. I then went back to the street and cycled. As I went back my way, the familiar man called me again. I thought that he was a friend of my padmate's since he looked exactly like him and I've already met him. I went back to check and maybe have a little chatter. When I saw the person, he had a different face and I thought he was lost and wanted to ask directions or something. It wasn't that. The events went like this. "What are you doing?" "Just cycling around," he smiles. Yeah. "Oh. What's your name?" "Jake." I'm not gonna tell Reddit my name, but I did tell him my real name, which was kinda stupid. "And where do you go to school?" "That school right there." "And what's your course?" "Engineering." "I'm not an engineering student." At this point he starts walking towards me. "Oh, and where do you live?" "Just right there." He started to touch my hips and then went for my dick. By this point, I was almost sure that I was getting hit up by this drunk gay man. I looked around to see if there are people seeing me. "And where do you really live?" he asked again, still stroking my dick. I mentioned my dad's hometown. "Can we fuck?" he asked. I was dumbfounded. Is this person for real? I'm already visually uncomfortable and he asked me that? "Can we do a quickie?" "Just right there, come on." No, I can't." "Can we?" "Fuck, you're so hot." I actually have friends waiting around the corner. I bluffed, but it didn't work. "It will be quick, let's go." No, please no, I told him in a calm voice. "I can give you my number if you want." I tried to de-escalate. Maybe he just wants me romantically. "No, I want to have a quickie right there," he still insisted. I then saw a yellow light behind me. It was faint, but it made me feel calm. I instinctively went up and went back to my friend's house. As I look back, he opened his phone and called someone. Now that I think of it, his phone screen was white when he put it up to his ear. Maybe it was a fake phone call because calling someone wouldn't result in a white colored screen. But I thought that he was calling an apprentice. I thought of the worst. Am I gonna get raped this night? I sprinted like my life depends on it, took a different route, a 6-lane, unlit street that is only used by trucks. I almost vomited. The experience was gross. I felt like crying but no tears fall out. I constantly checked my back if someone was there, maybe his accomplice? Or maybe a police car just randomly patrolling. I then took on the most well-lit street. Even though it was the longer route, it was a street that had banks and grocery stores that were open 24/7. I'm glad that I survived that encounter, but I would rather not have to go through it. It was a real life lesson. If some person calls you, even if they looks familiar, don't go near them. We can already communicate wirelessly. Text them and ask them why they were calling you just to verify if it really was them.